Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and I'm on a little bit early today. I have attempted to make this side-by-side comparison of Ravynne Phelan's Messenger Oracle a couple of times and had all kinds of technical difficulties. So I just decided to come on a bit early today and do this live. I have been really busy. I've had a lovely birthday week and not had sufficient time to prepare for the what I said I was going to do today, which is to carry on with the live deck combos. And some of you put in requests, and I have all of that in the lineup, but I'll be doing that next Friday. So today we're going to look at the Messenger Oracle, and then I'm going to sign off and come back on, and I'm going to do an unboxing. And I just thought this is it's just fits perfectly for me because it's my birthday week and it feels like a birthday gift, even though I ordered it a long time ago. So this is the plan for this morning. Hello to Liddy Ann and Joel, Shannon, Pinky Lee, welcome. And I just want to acknowledge as well that Richie Longman Tarot, I believe he's also live right now, and it's not my intention to be stepping on his feet. I'm just trying to get a lot of things done. I have a whole bunch of videos that I want to put out there, so I'm just trying to be as productive as possible. The Messenger Oracle has been a favorite for such, I don't know how long, it's just such a pretty deck. And I thought what I would do today is to talk about the similarities and differences between the first and second edition, why I purchased the second edition. And I want to show you my favorite combo that I use with this deck, Tarot Oracle combo. And then also talk about how I'm intending to use the new version of the deck. So the Messenger Oracle, and I do not have Ravynne's tarot deck. That is some Dreams of Gaia. That is a tarot deck that I know requires a deep dive, and I have so many other decks that I need to spend a great deal of time with. And so eventually my intention is to purchase the Dreams of Gaia tarot before it goes out of print, but I don't have it. But I have been working with this deck for quite some time. Hello to Tina, she's here as well too, so welcome, thanks for joining us. And all of you in the background, it's lovely to have you here. So what we're going to do is go through the cards. I'm going to talk about the similarities and differences and just kind of I'll just allow the cards to guide the conversation. And let me know if you work with this deck, if you have the first or second version, any comments you have. One of the things I want to say is that I was not aware that there's this deck, 5 extra cards in the new deck when I purchased it. And the other thing right off the bat I want to say is that when a tarot deck or an oracle deck is in production for a long time, so the artist has years and years to create it, what tends to happen is the art style changes. And for me, that is kind of odd. If you have the Bone Fire Tarot, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Gabby Angus West included some of the original versions, and you can see how art style changes over the years. And so with the 5 new cards, I really find that there's a difference in art style. The other obvious differences are that border and borderless, of course. This one is tarot size, which some people like because it shuffles more like a tarot deck. And this, so that can be an advantage for some people. The font is also easier to read. You can see that in the new version of the deck, it's a dark colored font on the gold background, where in the original version of the deck, you've got white on green, which sometimes is difficult to read. Okay, so Jonathan says he has the first edition with the 5 extra cards. Okay. So just wait till I show you this one with some of my favorite decks. The other difference is, now you're going to notice color. This one is matte. This one is shiny, glossy. but also there are new, just little subtle changes in color. And some of the line art has been changed as well too. Ravynne obviously went through each and every card. So you can see in this one, there's an outline of the hood, right? There's a blue kind of ethereal line here. This one, not so much. And in some of the cards, I really like what she's done with the color and the art, and other cards, not so much. Hello to Hannah. Thanks for joining me this morning. So it's kind of personal. And then when it comes to combining tarot and oracle decks, it really kind of depends what the tarot deck looks like. If I'm looking for a borderless deck or a deck with borders, and I have a couple of decks where I do have both the border and the borderless version, and I find they read quite differently. So day before yesterday, when I sat down to make this video, so like here you can see this purple has really been bumped in the feathers of the eagle. You get a slightly larger version of the eagle head. I had out quite a few tarot decks on the table as well too, and learned a few things about shifts in color between. So for example, I have two versions of the Druidcraft Tarot, and I did not realize that my trimmed older copy of the Druidcraft is much, much brighter than my untrimmed newer copy. And so in the Green Woman card here, you can see her hair in the new deck is green, and then it's more of a forest, a darker green here. Oh, sorry, Jonathan. I made a mistake. You have the first edition. What did I say? Because I read your first comment wrong, what you said. Oh. So, okay, so 5 extra cards with the first edition. So when we get to the end, let me know if the extra cards are the same, because if they are the same, that means that the art they are from this deck came out, I believe, in 2012. So that 2012, yes, it came out in 2012. So let me know if they are the same 5 extra cards. Green Man. I'm going to say about a year and a half ago, maybe more, maybe 2 years ago, I wrote to Blue Angel. And at that time, I asked if they were considering creating a borderless version of this deck, because I wanted to trim off this large, because it's quite a large border, right? This large green border. But the trouble is that you lose the amazing keywords, which I really like. And also, when you have a double border, so inside the green border, there's this also little yellow border. So this would have to be lost as well too. And it would make the cards really, really small. Okay, let me take that off and catch up here. Okay, the 5 extra cards comment was made about the second edition. I should have separated my thoughts. Okay, got it. Got it. So the first edition has 50 cards. The second edition has 55 cards. And, okay. So Jonathan, in your first edition, the first edition that you have, does it have borders or is it borderless? That's, I guess, what I want to. what I was trying to. So if the mass market version, in the mass market version, were the borders created for the mass market version? I guess that's my question. And so see how, for example, in this card here, now, oh, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. The sun here is quite obvious. And then in the new version, it's way more subtle. I've also noticed other, like in the one where the hood was outlined, I see other lines that have been bumped and added and deleted and so forth. Sorry, this is the only cat in this deck, so cat lovers will love this card. I want to just look at... And you have borders on your first edition. Yes, isn't that interesting, Joel, that there are more viewers from Sweden on my channel. So look, colors are quite different, hey? Blue and gray. Blue and gray. This one is quite similar. The peacock feathers have been bumped a little bit with a more saturated color. And then in the new version, this kind of ornate border goes up into the card. And if you were to trim the old version, it's not. The border is the border. The other thing I want to say about this deck that I really, really like is that it follows the tarot really, really well. So for example, the let go cards fit really nicely with, there's like 5 let go cards. The let go cards go well with the suit of cups. And there's sea cards, which, and speak cards. So it's just such a brilliant, brilliant deck. I really like this card. It makes me feel, I don't know, love that you are different. Not too many oracle decks have this kind of a card. And of course, I would love to have the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, but like I said, it's just one that I chose not to purchase. And eventually I will. I mean, it's on my wish list. The ongoing proverbial wish list. This is a very second chakra kind of card. That's another thing I like about these decks, is because the cards, the keywords speak to the senses. It's very easy to bring in that for me. I love this. And also the shamanic elements in this card. So you've seen bear, and now we've got jaguar. And so if you work with shamanic energies, then these cards are so easy to work with. And the dragons, right? So we have a water dragon, an earth dragon, an air dragon. This is the only fox card. There's a tiny fox in one of the other cards, but the keywords are fabulous. And there's a lot of, this one is protect the wild in green. And so there's a lot of wildwood tarot kind of energy in this deck, in that you feel, because the wildwood tarot is all about protecting the environment and our responsibility in protecting the environment. It's one of the angles of it, besides celebrating the Wheel of the Year. I like this rainbow dragon. And any deck that has a mask in it gets bonus points for me. Love mask cards. Right, so here we have the wolf. So it's like all of the major animal totems are in this deck. And look at this bear. I really like this bear. I love that she kind of highlighted the third eye chakra here. I love the eye, the all-seeing eye in the heart space. This is a very, very cool card. And when this card comes up in a reading where you have the world card, it's really cool. You know, it's like got this portal that goes through the tree. There's also, look in the body of the fox. There's also a portal inside the body of the fox. Dancing Soul Sister Hannah says that she trimmed the green borderline, but not completely. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a few different modifications of this deck, and I just never did it. The color, the more saturated color though, does have a different feel for sure. This is a really pretty card. I love, love, love this Earth Dragon. There's something super, super powerful. Are you guys following Ember Ash, the new dragon deck by the creators of Oak, Ash, and Thorn? I'm so excited for that. I don't have a dragon tarot yet, so I just, I'm feeling pretty excited about that one. There's another dragon. And then look at this card. Ravynne, the creator, so turned the leaf the other way. So in one version, the leaf is going south, and another version, the flow is going north. Kind of interesting, hey? Like, that's a significant change if you read that much detail into your cards. This card is, I find, really, really intriguing. The thing so we have the mirror images, right? And the lower chakra colors, so red, orange, yellow, are reflected in the higher chakra colors. It's like that, I don't know, there's something pretty powerful about this one. You butchered one. Oh, I know. I hate it when that happens. I've done a pretty good job with modifications, some better than others. I find it's shuffling after the fact that's always tricky. This is a really cool card. And this is another one that works well with the Wildwood Tarot. You get that DNA, the snakes crossing. So this really speaks to the Beltane card, the Forest Lovers card, where you get that energy on the maypole. And also, I think it's the Two of Wands, where you have the intertwining energy of the red and the blue snake. We are all connected. Yeah, this is, and then you see it's so good. Such a good card. And is this the 50th? Yeah, this is the 50th card. So this is the last card in the first edition. See, some of you are waiting for Smoke, Ash, and Ember. Like Embers, I can't wait for it either. Jonathan says, I have Dreams of Gaia and it's sitting on my shelf. Every time I see it, I think I need to use it for a month or so to dive into the system. Yeah, and I think that we all have on our tarot shelves a significant number of decks that we have chosen for one reason or another, or not had time to dive into. And so that's why I haven't purchased it, because my list of unexplored decks is long, long, long. Okay, so here's the 5 extra cards. There's a couple other things I wanted to point out to you, which I didn't say. So let's go back here. On the original deck, there are numbers. Okay, so they're numbered 1 to 50, a little tiny number above the keyword. There's no numbers on the new deck. However, it is alphabetized, and even like the as at the beginning are part of the alphabetizing. So you use the guidebook alphabetical order, which is a little bit slower, but it is correctly alphabetized. The older deck has numbers and is mostly correctly alphabetized, except for the S's, I think. And I just learned that when I was putting this in order. So no numbers. That's another difference. And see what I mean? Like this to me looks like anime, right? It looks like manga, a very different style. These 5 new cards, the colors are super bright. And to me, I kind of feel like they are, I mean, they're pretty and everything, but they have a different feel to them. When I first started trimming decks, I went full gung-ho into trimming, like no fear, no fear. I went and ordered some new scissors, some really good scissors to do the cutting. I ordered one of the sliding cutters, which ruined a deck or 2. So I learned that that wasn't the thing. And then my intention was to purchase a very expensive guillotine cutter from Germany, but I never did that. So I use scissors and I trim with scissors, and I'm getting better at it. So my advice is daylight. If you can do it outdoors, do it outdoors. Do not rush. So don't feel like you have to do the whole deck in one day. Like sometimes we get impatient with our projects. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is show you these decks with a tarot deck, just so you can see the colors side by side. Okay. All right, so this is first edition. And if this speaks to you, I'm sure that there's still some of these around, and you'll be able to get used copies, because people love borderless decks. But for me, there's something really special going on with this first edition, and I have no intention of selling it or giving it away. I'm gonna keep both of them and use them with different decks. Okay, so I'm shuffling Tarot of the Hidden Realm. I did a video way back in my deck combo series of my all-time favorite combos, and this is one of them. It's like these 2 decks are married together. And the older version of this deck, let's take that card out, it's very bright. The older version of this deck has the same softer, subtle colors that we find in Tarot of the Hidden Realm. And there's just something that goes on. It'd be really nice if we could get one of the red. So the reds seem to match up, and the blues match up really, really well. And I just can't say enough about this particular combo. Now, this card goes really, really well with the new 5 cards. Like there's a few of them that perhaps were the last ones that were drawn. So like this is more in the alignment with this particular deck. So this is such a great combo, and I love it. So when I was I was talking about the Wildwood Tarot, Wildwood. But I want to do something else first before we do that. So this is See the Signs. See the Signs. So I want to go to show you something. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do this. See the Signs. So first edition, let's zoom in just a little bit. So first edition, second edition. First edition, second edition. Okay, let's do that with one more card, just so I can show you. Oh, this is going to be a mess on the table here. Let me just cut and get one more card. Let's go to, I don't know. What should we do? Let's go. There's so many. I mean, I can do this with any of them, really. Okay, so here is the Green Man card. Green Man. So that one is an E card. And let's turn over these ones. Ooh, we got blue and green. Okay, so that's E. So when I'm going through this deck, because they're still in alphabetical order, it's easy for me to find. So there we go. Embrace the masculine. Okay, so first edition, second edition. First edition, second edition. So let me know what you think. Let me know. All right, so now I'm going to grab the Wildwood, which I think I did already. Where are you? Here you are. And then I'm going to give this a little shuffle so it's totally random. And put the Wildwood Tarot here. And the thing about this deck is the intention. The intention, look how pretty that is. The intention of this deck and the Messenger Oracle seems to speak really, really well to each other. Okay, so this is, I do have a trimmed copy of this deck, which is shiny. And so notice you're looking here at white borders. This is the newer matte version, and then larger green borders. But look what look at this. And I'll show you a different card because I know we already looked at this one. So let's cut and draw. Stay strong. Okay. Stay strong. Take that out. Ancestor. Okay. Stay strong. So, and then first edition, second edition. First edition, second edition. Okay, so kind of interesting. All right, so then what I want to do now is to get out, and this is a combo that we did the other day. So last Friday I was doing combos live, and one of you in the chat, I'm sorry, I need to watch it back. I'm not sure who it was that suggested it. It might have been Hannah. Suggested pairing Oracle of Echoes with the new version of the Messenger Oracle. Because being a black and white deck, it can definitely manage the pop of color. Okay, so let's do this and this. And for those of you that are pairing Oracle of Echoes, sorry, this is not Oracle, this is not Tarot of Echoes, this is Tarot of the Abyss. So if you're pairing Tarot of the Abyss with Oracle of Echoes, that of course is going to work because that's Anna's work. But there's something about the line work, Ravynne's line work with Anna's line work. Like if you look at the details on the horse, and the details in the trees, they fit really, really nicely together. And the deck can definitely handle the, I'll see if I can, now I've shuffled this other deck, so I don't know if I can find the contrast. So this is Focus, and this is the one with the arrow going straight up. I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so edition 2, edition 1. Edition 2, edition 1. Let's try one more. Oh, and I want to show you something else too. There's one other thing that, let's get a different card. Let's get this one, the feminine card. And then we can find her with her. So that's Embrace the Feminine. So E, first edition, second edition. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting to do this. The other deck that I was playing with this one is the Wild Unknown. And I was, again, I don't know. There's something about this bordered deck that I really, really like. So I am on the hunt for the perfect pairing for the second edition, because sometimes I'm looking for bright, bright colors, because there's a few, and I hesitate, but I might try it with Bonefire. You know how bright Gabby Angus West's deck is? So I'm thinking that I'm going to play with that. So that's something that I'm thinking of. And I pulled it out, but I'll do that next Friday. Okay. So it's kind of weird, right? This is a lesson in, and I put a hashtag, be careful what you ask for, because this deck was kind of perfect already. And sometimes we wish for borderless and I don't know, more saturated colors. But what I've learned from this little exercise is that the first edition is kind of perfect the way it is. So happy that I got the second edition, but the first edition is, I really like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. So let me know what you think and what your favorite combo is with the Messenger Oracle. And yeah. And let me know if you have the second edition, if you have found like a really good deck to pair it with as well too. I know, Jonathan, you, there's a deck that you've used quite a bit on your channel. It has kind of a liminal name, a numinous name. It has quite bright colors. I'm wondering if it would go well with that deck. I can't think of the name of that deck. Yeah. Okay. Swan. Yeah, something about that first edition, right? Okay. Well, I'm going to sign off, put these decks away, and I'll be back the Muse. Oh, Divine Muse with, oh my goodness, that must be beautiful. I might pull that out and have a look at that. Thank you. That sounds like a wonderful, wonderful combination. Okay, I'll be back shortly, and I'm going to unbox my lovely Om Tarot, and I'm going to pull out a few other chakra decks and see if I can find a pair for it on the fly. And I hope to see some of you very soon. Namaste.